My Van and Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Archea Galaderthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer. Welcome back as we continue on as Dorwinion, and as I said last time, we are about to make our way to the Black Gate, starting with Edwardwin.
Yes.
Allow me to just first of all, because this is right at the start, remind you all that I cannot take the ring to Mordor anymore with Viduha, because I turned off the script by ignoring Imladris's call, or the White Council's call, or in fact I rejected them. Which means even if I take the ring to Mordor now, I will simply stand outside of it and do nothing. That is something that I would quite like to revamp in future versions of Divide and Conquer, and make it so that the ring can be destroyed at any point. The White Council, I think, is an unnecessary step, and perhaps you should only maybe send a diplomat to the White Council, not the person with the ring. Anyway, that's all for way in the future. For now, Edwardwin is taking down Saragost, who has, for the first time in the enemy's armies, Loc Inas Rim, a feared unit that we've seen in many lists of top 10s. Well, certainly the only two that I've seen. The Loc Inas Rim has been up there, or is always mentioned. It is an iconic unit, and is certainly well known and considered when you factor in Rhûn's military, or when you're discussing Rhûn's military. We won't have a trouble with them, because we've got a massive army. But we might lose a lot of this large army. But we are attacking them, which gives us a slight advantage. I expect they're going to try and pull up to the top of this hill. So in anticipation, we'll just go and stand on top of the hill anyway. And then we'll meet them up here. Now, missile units, please don't shoot yet. There we are, setting all the keys. There we go. Now, I'm sure many of you are wondering, this video is recorded on Wednesday, the day that you watched the last episode of this series. And unfortunately, my graphics card did not come. For those of you who are playing along with the real-life events of myself. In fact, DPD, the company that are sending the graphics card, they've lost it. So I'm in discussion with Chill Blast, and there's a couple of things they can do, because the package isn't fully lost yet. If it is, they'll just send me another new one anyway. But it's always very annoying when your courier loses a package. I find it absolutely mind-blowing that they have a system that can be so easily broken. Their sole reason for existence, their sole purpose, I'm going to say the French again, their raison d'être is purely to send packages to people. And you would think they have a system that allows them to track their own packages. I can tell them that my package is currently in one of their wrong depots, but for some reason they are unable to find this information out for themselves. It's been an interesting experience in the way couriers work, I can tell you that. Now, we've got a couple of units here that aren't going to do very much at all, but we'll send those guys down. Those javelins, I really could do with them just dying. They're such a nothingy unit. Right, everybody's running, everybody's getting into position. Oh, and we got those crappy crossbow cav. Such a situational unit is I think the political parlance for a trash unit. And I don't mean trash as in the category trash, I mean they're just garbage. I don't think that unit is very good at all, but it does have certain uses, thus we describe it and define it as situational. They are sort of manoeuvring-ish. Right, let's speed it up. Get our melee forces in place. We have got a lot of anti-cav here on show today. It's just going to be interesting what they do with their cav. Right, I want you guys to pull forward. I think their cav is going to break off and go for our own cavalry. Oh, Sauron's will. An excellent strike infantry. Sauron's will. 10 attack. They inspire their own forces. They're effective against armor. They frighten my forces. They have excellent stamina. They have 17 total defense. They're a good strike infantry. Turn and face, 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 turn and face! You go for those Sauron's will. The paladins will back you up. Go for it. You go out and hit the archers. Who are you there? Come and trap the Loc Inas Rim. Edwardwin, you go for it. Thorn Riders. Everybody, hit them while they're stationary. Hit them, hit them, hit them. In fact, the bulk of their army is coming for our... You're shooting those, aren't you? Please tell me all of you are shooting those.
Very much in our favor.
Because that's another unit that's a bit of a pain. Oh, the Loki in this room have been slaughtered. Absolutely slaughtered. We dealt with them spectacularly.
Slain the enemy general.
The enemy general's gone. Sauron's will are down to half health. The Loke Gamprim are now opening up. Oh, bugger, but Morgul's Chosen have come in. Get them out, get them out, get them out. We're not bothered about how many are left. 6 are left. You, Vineyard Levies. Hit the Morgul's Chosen. You go for Chosen 2. Oh, the Loke Gamprim are running. A cowardice on show today. Unbelievable. Morgul Chosen are about to break. Let's oblige them. And Paladins, out we come. I've forgotten how much I miss having a proper dedicated heavy cavalry unit. Isengard just... The Wargs just don't really fill that role, do they? But it's nice having a unit that when it charges, it does a lot of damage. Right, those guys are in position. Those charge into those. You guys are now ready. Edward Rhûn, you're going to turn around and hit the Chosen in the back. Thorn Riders, you didn't do very well at all. You've lost loads of your number. It's alright, arrows whistle in. It is time to cease and desist.
The enemy army flees the field.
There we are.
Pursue and run them down.
How many want? 89, that'll do. Perfect.
Be awed by that
93 brave sons of Dorwinion fell. But Mordor's streaming tide is abated. However, you may have recalled from the end of the last episode when we did the Toggle Fog of War that the Orc encampment, Urk something, I can't remember what the second word is. The Orc encampment has a large garrison, and there's an army of full banner strength standing just outside the Orc encampment as well. So Mordor have got a lot of forces, and they're going to throw an awful lot at us. But what I would like to do is defend at the fort and not the Black Gate, because I'm fairly certain in this iteration of the game,
yes, my lord,
the Black Gate is a little buggy. All right, that Avari Spear unit, I'm just gonna call it. They're gone. Thank you. Return to your homes. You've served valiantly.
Yes, my lord.
Otherwise, though, we're at the end turn, as I haven't done anything different. Oh, as I said, I took Enmahath off screen, but that was all I did. We've got a ship coming in 2 turns, which is going to link up with the Karasant one. I hope we can finally get rid of some of these rebels. 2 more turns until that one can be trained. 6 more there, 3 more there. We will have a sizable naval force available to us shortly, but just not there yet. Anyway, for now, let's end the turn. All ticking along rather nicely. It does seem, indeed, that the plan for the mod is to collect in a load of bug reports over the next couple of weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, and then we will release a 4.5 or something along those lines in due course. There's only there are minor bugs here, there, and everywhere, but as always, as even modern games now do with early access, and not even early access, but just generally bug support, the best way to work out bugs across the entire game is to release the game. Because even our beta testers played so many hours of testing for us, and we are so grateful to them. But when you've only got, say, 40 or so, or I think it was more about 20 to 25 testers that are actively testing and going through. Ah, the Snow Orcs retreat. Ah, Gollum stole the wrong win, finally. Good. When you have only so many testers, they're not going to be able to find every bug everywhere. And so releasing to you all just shows up many, 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 many more of them. Which is good. So we can go through and we can fix some things. So the only real major bugs is we're having a really bizarre crash with certain Imladris units in the winter in certain settlements, as I say, which may affect some of you. And if you play the Shattered Alliance campaign and you play as, we just did Althubed, and you play as Rhûn, you won't be able to build any of your cultural buildings, so we'll have to rectify that. But otherwise, there's nothing really game-breaking.
With honor. This tower will
so it should be alright, really. And the Orcs are good about it gone, as we expected they would go.
Yes.
Interesting to see what will happen to the north. Oh, hello indeed. Yes, we've pushed Mordor out to the bridge. Our lands are cleansed. Varfest is revitalized. And is rebelling, but it won't rebel now because it's got a large garrison. That's good. We could do with a general there, though. Did I say, was I sending a general south? Yes, Witherkind. You're going off to become the governor of the southern realm. Right, what else is happening elsewhere then? So Inwar is who I used to take Enmahath in the end, and Nerway went back on his merry crusade into the heart of Mordor.
With honor.
So Nerway's going to be doing the real damage. He's going to be sweeping Mordor's legs from underneath them, whereas Edwardwyn will be knocking them on the head. But what I am hoping is really that this will revitalize Gondor more than anything. Do I have 2 diplomats? No, we just got a ton of spies.
Yes, my lord.
You're miles away from where I want you to be at the moment, so if you could... where do we actually want him to go? Next to Karasas, that'll do. Let's just turn that off. Show cursor stat. Move. Giving things to her Cand is not going to work, as we've now realised, because Cand are on the down. They are going to probably die, and so giving them towns that they can't hold is not going to help them at all. So we will provide a buffer for Cand. We will have to hold Saragost. I think, to be honest, there's no real way around this other than defeating Mordor. I just can't think that we have much else. We have many other options. Yes! Captain General Otar. Dear, oh dear, Boromir must have died a long time ago.
Refuse such an honour and a pleasure.
Captain General is the name of their faction heir. But there we are. Kingdom of Gondor. We've locked down that alliance. We've got trade rights, which is good. Let's go on and get Dol Amroth involved as well.
Yes.
I trust those of you who are playing Dol Amroth are all enjoying the mountain pass that we created so that you can walk from Dol Amroth to the front lines very quickly. That
yes, my lord.
I think Hummingbird suggested that actually, or maybe one of the beta testers, I can't remember. I know many of you will hate the fact that I say beta testers and not beta or beta, but I've never been too concerned. Oh, only a turn until the ships are ready.
Your orders, my lord.
I did see a comment on the video that went up on Wednesday when I recorded this. I'm recording this on Wednesday evening. And I did see a comment saying that they found the channel very entertaining. They were very disappointed that this was a Dorwinion video because they're really looking forward to Isengard, which implies a certain degree of shock that this is a Dorwinion video. And I find that rather interesting, given that we are now 20-something episodes into this one and closing in on 20-something episodes on Isengard. And for all of that time, there have always been alternating weeks. So it does make me chuckle. Perhaps people don't look into videos as much as I do. When I go to a new channel, I'll always go to the video tab first, and I'll get a general idea of how often they upload, what they upload when. And if I've come to that channel for a specific type of video, I will then go to their created playlists, and I will scour it for anything that I have come for, anything that I want to see. But I get the impression that not everybody does that, and so you end up getting lots and lots and lots of questions. Unfortunately, we can't get the highest tier barracks here in Strondost, but we also can't get regent units because we are not enough. We're only 36% Northmen in one of our own capital. Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that doesn't matter then. I'd much rather speed up that. That's so annoying. How can we have such low culture in our own heartlands? We definitely need to rectify that. Some changes must be made. Right, what happened down here then?
Yes, my lord.
Mordor just standing there. We can't let them stand there. We're going to have to
Your orders,
force their
my
hand.
lord.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Have a taste of my blood.
And our very large army has been assembled to hold Saragost, and that's going to really tax our elven force. But I'm sure we'll be all right. Erebor at war with Isengard and Dol Guldur. Did an invasion just get called on Erebor by chance? No, because it's still going on Thranduil's Falls. Oh well. Anyway, we're attacking them here.
Your orders,
they won't come for us, so we shall come for them.
Battle.
Let's just double check how many archers they have there. 3 units of archers. Perfect. I must say that my mind is not wholly in Divide and Conquer at the moment, as in every free moment that I can scavenge from over the past few days, I've been playing Dying Light. and absolutely thoroughly enjoying it. So that's where my head is at the moment. I flit around between games, as you can probably tell from watching my videos. We don't want them to have the hill, so we're going to go over here and then we're going to curl around and meet them on the plateau. There we are. Right, let's pause it for now. You guys, we'll do exactly what we did last time. So if you come and stand in a nice line there. And then the 2 Athala units there, you can go behind actually because you have an even better range. All cavalry, if you would, run to the far side because you are fastest. You guys come out of that and line up just all of you together. Come and form a nice little line across the middle there. And then the general coming in the back. Perfect. Right, off we go. Everybody run. You might be a little pooped by the time you arrive, but it's alright. We've got a general, and they haven't. Now, we are up against Uruks again. And their heavy plate there. Oh, I'm loath to call it plate, because everyone always gets so annoyed about plate being present. But it is plate, let's be honest. It's a form of plate. A breastplate. Anyway, there's Sauron's will to the side, and there are the archers at the back. And their captain here today is an orc leading a battalion or company, I don't know what you'd call it, of halberdiers. So we have got to watch out what we do with our cavalry because the enemy is set up and ready to counter our cavalry. Are we getting shot at? No. Oh, goodness gracious, you have a fantastic range. Come on, guys, get involved. I really like the look of the Athala Rangers. Again, it's just simple. Simple, yet very, very effective. I very much like it. Ah, we've stoked their ire. Right, you guys move down to the side. Crossbows, you can just stand there, I suppose. Do what you can from there. Interesting that they swap positions like that. They do that quite a lot. That's the halberdier unit, isn't it? Yeah. Damn. Hit the melee forces, please. Don't shoot the archers. But they're not going to be coming around the edge, so you guys get ready to flank. Similarly, pull yourselves around. Everybody run, everybody run. Create a nice kill zone. Our cavalry will maneuver to deal with their archers. Right, you guys can fire at whatever you like.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be
Surround
ours.
them, surround them. Who's that coming for them? Uruk Halberds, bugger. You guys go onto the flanks. You're charging them. You're ready. Uruk archers, Uruk archers, Uruk archers. The Dorwinion infantry give way, which causes the Uruk Halberds to turn in place, thus losing their front line just as our bodyguard arrives. The paladins just missing the
enemy are badly
halberdiers there
bloodied.
by
They have
a
lost
hair's
half
breadth.
their men.
Edwardin just shredded that archer group. Right, you guys, please stop firing. You're just going to shoot us now.
The enemy general flees
It's over.
like the coward he is. Press onward and break the spirit of his army.
No, it really
We've
is over.
captured the
Oh,
enemy's
what's still
general.
fighting on there then?
That'll teach the cowardly dog to turn tail and run.
I'm not really sure. Something's
The
not
enemy
going
will
up. There
be
we go.
awed by the
117
victory
that
we
time.
have won
Quite a lot
here
more,
today.
actually. Edwardin, close second, just behind Athala Rangers, would you believe? Flying. But then archers always do considerably better when the enemy obliges their own deaths by grouping together and standing on top of each other. Always very welcome when they do that. I think we should kill them all. Enemy camp sacked.
An honourable, glorious victory.
Yes, we can shut them down. We only need battering rams. You can't use anything else in the
We
Morannon.
shall prevail.
And they can't attack us either. But damn it, they've got great beasts. Crime and Netleys. Oh, this fight against Mordor is going to be much harder than first anticipated.
Your order.
But then actually, me banging on for ages about how I don't want to fight Mordor. I don't want to fight Mordor. We haven't actually fought Mordor for quite some time. Not properly.
Yes, my lord.
And certainly not in their own heartland.
With honour.
So, this was presenting
Yes,
a
my
real
lord.
opportunity to actually really sink our teeth into some proper fighting.
Ships ready.
Is it not obvious?
I think we're going to
am
need
not
3 ships, I have to confess.
My master despises you.
Because all of their ships have rank. Ours do not.
Ships
Athelwood,
ready.
go and sit in the port
Yes,
and wait
sir.
for that ship to
Full
join
sail.
you in 2 turns. And then we'll get that one as well. We'll get all 4.
Ships ready.
Interesting how even when you're blockaded, ships can get out. I've never understood that. How do they get out without a fight? It just does not make sense. They shouldn't be able to. What are we building here? A Mason's Guildhouse. Oh, and then a Vintner's Guildhouse. Well, we're going through the icons as they pop up, so we should be alright. Now that's the real battle, though. In Saragost, that army has come almost out of nowhere. Where are our spies?
My lord.
Baradur,
My lord.
Plain of Lithlad.
My lord.
Oh, there's a spy in Dorthalu. Oh dear. Yeah, let's get him out. Come and find out what's going on in Minas Morgul, would you? You can be that spy down there. I don't think we really need you over here anymore. You're just sort of wasted there, really, aren't you? So tell you what you could do is go and just keep an eye on Cand and make sure they don't die. Let's see what happens. Oh, and the diplomat, he's made it to Dol Amroth and I've not. I've foolishly not been focusing. It's all kicking off though. We've got a nice sizable empire. We're dealing with Mordor as any Dorwinion player ever does when you... This is very much a standard Dorwinion campaign. We're just building up to the moment that we can backstab Dale and really get the fight going. Hopefully Gondor aren't allied to Dale, so that won't cause any problems. I'm rather hoping there is a north-south divide. Oh, Mordor. It is time then. The fight for the east. And we're not massively outnumbered. They've only got 1,000 more than us. And there's a lot of trash in that. I mean, granted, Uruks are their best, but Uruks are really not that great. They're nothing compared to, say, our Avari warriors. But then, we do have a lot of trash. This battle will be won and lost on the power of Avalyn and how much charging he can do. And how many deaths our archers can can claim. But I think we are fighting uphill. Yes, we are. Bugger. Dam and blast, and a few more dams on top of that. Do we corner camp? Do we corner camp? Oh, that's so cheesy, but it's absolutely the best hill in this area. Why would you not? Now, we could pull slightly behind us. There's a bit of a hill there. Further afield, there's a bit of a hill at the back here. No, I think we're just going to go here. I try not to corner camp if I can help it. I don't really like it. I use it, but I hate myself for doing so. Alright, you guys all come to stand here. They don't have very many archers of their own, so we're not too concerned. It's a shame that Medieval 2 doesn't have the feature that later Total War games have, where hiding units behind hills is a way of concealing them. Because I think that's an excellent feature, and I really like that. Men of the Thorn! Are those archers actually above you? Sort of. I tell you what, let's do this a bit better. Get those out of the way. You guys come across the back like that, and then you three go higher up on top there. Don't run away. Don't run away. There's no cavalry, so we're not bothered about stakes. Vari spearmen. But now our right-hand side is fighting slightly uphill. But then I don't think the hill bonuses matter all that much. Avalyn, you come out on that right-hand side. And you guys with the pikes form our right flank and we'll curl you around. Take those with you as well, actually. Everyone's in position. Right, the enemy will come. I wonder if they will spare attention to our crossbows. Just the best way to use crossbows is to get them out from behind your line and get them to shoot the enemy whilst the enemy attacks you.
Weapons ready.
I'm going to go for a bit more of a curl, I think.
Elven warriors, swordsmen.
We'll curl that side round if need be. But actually I'm going to pull the elves down to the other side.
This is the way.
Avalyn, if you would, go and start using up your arrows so we can get you to be a charger. Oh, of course they're coming for you. They always bloody do. Shoot whatever you like, really. I'm not too fussed at the moment. There isn't really a standout unit in their army. Dear oh dear, how many of you just died to those? Christ. We just want to distract them and particularly pull them away from our crossbows who can then get that hill. Keep running up the hill, keep running up the hill. Shoot them and hit them as well.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Or just sort of meander towards them. Right, how are we diddling elsewhere though? I'm not paying attention. They are pulling units over to hit my crossbows. It's very disappointing, isn't it? Very disappointing. We should be able to get Avalyn to help. Oh, they're sending her halberds, which is arguably the best case scenario for us. Wait for them to come closer. Elves, you're in position. Let's move you around. Pikes come out of that so we can all run. Avalyn, keep firing at anything you can. 15% of the enemy has died before we've even joined. How much actually is that? 450 men. No. Yeah, 10% was 300, isn't it? Yeah, it is 450. So we're going to need to kill about 30% in order to have size
if we
parity.
continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Parity. That's the word, isn't it? Let's get you flanking. You're not doing anything. Charge those maulers. Are you actually in a good position? You're not really, are you? Run the crossbows up the hill. That orc band is nice and spread out. 25%. Oh, well done, crossbows. You've successfully run into the enemy you were trying to not get involved.
Victory will be ours.
Let's just run you away. You're not going to do anything. I bloody hate crossbows. I said it. I'm sorry. I think they're the least useful unit in the entire game. I hate their existence, but they existed and they do have a very useful role if enemy armor piercing does get involved. But I hate them. It doesn't really matter too much though, because the orcs have absolutely no morale, and so they break when a strong breeze blows through. We pulled those units back into our line.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
You guys just
They have lost
rejig.
half their men.
Cavalry charging into those Uruks. There were 159. They lost about 40 men in the charge, and we lost 5 or 6. I think there's good odds. Right, the halberdiers are coming back. Those of you who can, target them. Our crossbows are getting shot by something. Avalyn, pull over there. There isn't really a fight left, is there? Although we need to get out there and support our pikes who've gone off on a mad one. Pull the line forward. You go and hit those. Avalyn, get ready to charge them in the back. Our line continues to move forward. Push out, hit those. This is already over. Mordor just doesn't know it is. Our archers have used up all their arrows, so run them over there. Run away, Avalyn! I didn't realise the Morgul Chosen are coming. No, run away! I've never understood that part of the AI's thinking. What makes them think, I won't continue the order you just gave me because I've now been attacked by something, so instead I'm going to stop what I'm doing and try and kill that unit that you did not tell me to attack. We're trying to stop those Uruk-hai-bits, but they're giving an excellent example of how high armor stats can give units an insane longevity against arrow fire. This is one of those where I'm really not paying much attention because we won. We won a long time ago, but we haven't actually won yet, and so I'm losing men unnecessarily because of my impatience to just see this over. But as long as Avalyn himself doesn't die, it doesn't matter how many of his company die. Oh, the Halberds are now down to 30 at least. 60 of them have died. Oh dear, I'm commanding the wrong person.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight. If we continue like this, we will behold how our cowardly
finally.
foe runs.
Thank goodness for that.
It's time to press the attack.
Anything, capture as much as we can. I think we're already past the point that it matters, but that'll do. Ah, dear, dear. 436.
Vanquished. Let all who remember this day
Loads,
remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
Or rather, we did kill a lot, but just maybe not as much as I'd wanted. 347 Avari Naharim, so Avalyn did do the bulk of the heavy lifting, and supported by Morroquendi Sentinels, who are the archers. You'll note the other Morroquendi Sentinels only took 162, so Norway didn't actually do very well, but the other elves at least pulled up the slack. And with that, and those two fantastic victories, or three excellent victories, we are now besieging both east and west. Although we're not in the west just yet, in the east, sorry. That happened in the game today, actually, in Dying Light. Sorry to bring it up again. I was told to go east. The building I needed was east of our position, and in fact it was completely 100% west of our position. And I thought if you didn't have markers, you would have really annoyed a lot of people. You see how much their garrison just increased. Dear oh dear. Now do note the AI in this game does not cheat. They don't train units quicker than you. They don't train units cheaper than you. They get the same recruitment potential that you get, which is a good thing. Go on then, we'll take on a bride, a husband. So that large increase in units they just got means they just trained a load of one-turn units. Or in other words, a load of trash. So they're padding out their towns with trash. But it is a stark reminder that when Mordor wants to turn the valve and let the water rush through, they can really, really train quickly. Right, let's just fiddle around with the last little bits, and then we shall end the turn, or end the episode there. I want to be sieging Saragost before we end. Now you can't use towers or ladders.
We shall prevail.
We'll take a couple just in case, but it's all about rams. It does mean there aren't really any towers when you besiege orc nations. Oh dear, here they come. They're actually sending a general, and that's because they can't get us at the Moran, and they've got to come from the south. Which is why we're sending a spy down there to ensure our approach is protected. They will have a huge garrison if we assault that outright. So we've got to watch out for that. Oh, we just got some more upkeep in Varfest. That's good. We'll be able to retrain that unit soon. 101. And Witherkind is
Yes,
still on
my
his way
lord.
south. And we're about to get more free upkeep as well. It will go from 1 to 2. And we're going to see what one of our strongholds looks like. Although we know, because Saint-Anouilh is already a stronghold. So it's going to upgrade to look like that. Whereas Varfest at the moment is a runic castle. Which I really quite like, because it's sort of that elongated look. It doesn't... it's not a proper square. It just helps it stand out, doesn't it? Anyway, I'm going to end the episode there, so thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. Now, last week I misspoke and said I would record the lore video for Monday just gone, but that was incorrect. I do them on the first Monday of each month, and because of the way the March-April months fall, the first Monday of April is actually the 6th. So the video will be next Monday, and then the Ered Luin overview this weekend. But until we speak again, dear friends, Navarne den Pedamad Melonin, and farewell.